Welcome to the Straight Red Card. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma, and hit the bell. The bell. Bing, bing, bing. I mean, don't hit it again if you already hit it, because I think that cancels it out, right, Brett?
Yeah, if you hit it and then you hit it
If you've
again,
already hit it, hit it. And
hit it, quit it, man.
You don't need to hit it again.
Yeah, just hit it and quit it.
Unless you're married to it. Then you
All
right. Or committed to it. Yeah. All right. Now, I just want to say this one thing, Brett, because I was on the Straight Red Card YouTube page and I was downloading a video, right? And I noticed what your kids were watching. And one of the videos that was on your feed or our feed, and it wasn't because of me, because I don't surf on that page, is how to fix urination frequency at night. Is this an issue you are having specifically, or is someone else in your family having that issue?
That's probably just a tangent of me looking at pee-pee videos.
Well, I think you're
seriously no idea where that came from. I don't believe you.
Okay. Well, I was wondering because, listen, I like Russell Brand, but YouTube's been pushing his video, which is called Clean for 19 Years. And it's his sort of celebration of stopping drinking and doing drugs for 19 years. And I'm thinking, why are they pushing this video on me constantly? I don't know, but they have for like 3 days. So I thought it might be related to, what they might know about me.
It's the rabbit hole of some of the stuff that my son goes down and what it leads to. Like if he lets it just run through the night on autoplay. The things that randomly pop up, because I go back through to look through the history, and it's like he's only on my channel or my account now. So he hasn't touched our account for like months.
I get it, but you still might want to check in on him.
I do.
He might be worried about you and your urination frequency problem at night.
I have to tell him, like, Jackson, it's nothing to be concerned about. I just drink a lot.
My dad gets up to pee when he does his show 4 or 5 times during the show. So that might be the issue. I don't know. I just, you have to wonder sometimes, can they hear me? Because you talk about shit and then the ad comes up and you didn't even do a search for that ad. You're like, ooh, crap.
Nothing creepier than talking about, oh, we need to get a new mattress. Not even over the internet or anything like that, but just in general, like me talking
near
about
your phones. Yeah,
we need to get a new mattress. And then all of a sudden, everything's, oh, here's a new mattress. Want a new mattress?
Free mattress fail from Stites Mattress.
Yeah.
30% off if bought by. Yeah, I know it's a little weird, dude. And I'm not trying to be paranoid or anything, but everyone's experienced this that I've talked to at this point.
Well, so I mean, I always say, like, if they want to listen to what I'm saying on a daily basis, they're going to be bored out of their mind. However, they can take certain things out of context, and that would be really weird.
Well, as one famous person said, if you're not paranoid, if it's true. So there you go. I think it was different from that. I think there's another quote about being paranoid, or you're not being paranoid if they're watching you or whatever. I don't know what it was. And you would think I would know what it was.
Sounds awfully paranoid of you.
I know. There's also a great Lennon quote about being paranoid, because he said for years the FBI were tracking him and blah, 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 tapping his phones. And then it came out, when the documents were released after, the years had gone by, there's like a year, so many years where you can't release that information. It was true. They were tapping him. And they were listening to him, and they were trying to catch him doing something illegal. So there you go.
Didn't he have like a litany of drugs that he was taking?
Yeah, he stopped after Sean. No. Yeah, after Sean was born.
Gotcha.
So he kind of became like the stay-at-home dad, which is why we didn't get another album from him until 79. And Double Fantasy, great album. If you haven't listened to it, it's got I keep what the wheels go round and round. Yeah, it's got that. It's got Woman. It's got a lot of great songs. Maybe you think Jealous Guy's on there too.
It's got a woman.
Woman, I can hardly blah blah. I don't know the words. God damn it. I forgot. Maybe I need to listen to that album. But let's get to this list and get through it. Let's hammer through it. Brett.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be pretty easy because you're going to notice a trend. I'm going to start out with Friday, Saturday. All right. Friday, Saturday. Hoppy, injured. Stefan in the 18. Pulisic in the 18. Anthony Robinson in the 18. Ola Sunday did not dress. Ethan Horvath and Mighton in the 18. You getting the trend yet?
It's not a good week, not a good weekend for Yanks.
Gio Reyna injured. Weston McKennie injured. I mean, Jesus, how long can this go on? Let me see.
It stops Saturday.
It does.
Yeah. Well, you already mentioned Pulisic, so we're already into Saturday.
I'm doing this for effect.
I know.
All right. Nico Carrera in the 18. Mail Corbeau's injured. I'm gonna start out with all the injured guys now. Fuck it. Let's see. Everything left. No, Noah Jones in the 18 for Ville. I think that's it. Okay, but that's a lot for a Friday, Saturday. And then we got the guys that played. Sargent went 90 in a.
You missed a bench player. You missed a bench player.
Who?
The 19-year-old Yank on Norwich.
No. I was going to get to him.
Okay.
You guys saved him because I wanted to do the Norwich double with Sargent and Tompkinson because Sargent went 90, which is what in a 1-0 loss, where he played pretty well. I mean,
so yeah, it's interesting. He's played out wide. He played out left. He looked good. However, I think the reason he looked good was predominantly due to his work rate and not necessarily him being comfortable with that position. May come over time, but right now, I mean, he looked good. There were at least 2 chances I saw that if the ball was played to him, he would have had a one-on-one goal, you know?
So we get back to the same issue. It's like when Josie was at Sunderland and no one would pass him the ball. Like there were times where Sargent's just like, I'm wide open. But Pookie, no pass.
Well, to Pookie's defense, because at first I was like, why did he just pass it to Sargent? He was wide open in the box. But then I was like, after they had the different camera angle, I saw how wide it was open and how clear of a shot he had on goal. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. I understand that one. I would have done it too.
He is a center forward striker, and they're greedy, and that's okay. They're supposed to be. But still, I still think when I watch the Norwich games, I watch it and I go, Sargent's wide open. I know I'm focused on Sargent, right? And that's the issue. I'm like, he's right there. Pass him the ball. And they don't pass him the ball. So, I don't know.
And I made the comment on Twitter during the game. I'm like, Norwich has no problem playing him the ball when they are in their defense or going into the attack. But once you get in or around the box, all of a sudden the ball just never finds him.
It never does.
Now, I will say he's definitely flubbed a couple of opportunities, clear opportunities throughout the year. We're not making an excuse there. However, there have been plenty of times where you just play an easy ball and he would have had a chance. Not saying he would have put it away. Hopefully he would have. He needs to get on the score sheet. I feel like if he just gets a goal or two, the confidence comes back and he starts playing much better as a whole. Although he's playing well. And
I mean,
funny. Every coach that he plays for talks about him like, hey, the thing it's going to work for him sooner or later, you know.
So, I mean, okay. So we would play the half field. When I was in high school, the half field practices against your own team, and if you were just killing it at practice, and you were scoring goals at practice, and I was a midfielder, so if I scored like 1 or 2 during practice, I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, dude, I'm ready for this next game."
Mm-hmm.
My confidence would be way up. So my question is Sargent not scoring goals in practice either? Because this seems like this is dragging on. Like, when is his confidence going to kick in?
They've talked about that recently. They showed a video clip of him shooting and stuff like that, and he talks about how in practice he's doing a lot of great things. He's getting his chances, and that's why he's getting playing time. He's just, like I said, he had a couple of very clear cut opportunities that if he would have put away early on in the season, it would be a completely different season for him. Like just mentally speaking.
And I think, it's kind of funny because I think Klinsmann said that about Donovan. Like if Donovan had played in the real games like he played in practice for Bayern, he would have been a star in the Bundesliga, but he couldn't translate practice to the game. The same thing, I think, when he was with Bayer Leverkusen, sort of same issue. So maybe sometimes it doesn't translate. It as a player for me, it did translate. If I was kicking ass in practice, I was going to kick ass next game. If I had lost confidence during practice, then there would be issues during the game for me. I would doubt some of my decisions. So I don't know. Practice usually translates to the field. So I guess he's just not. I don't know. We don't know. We're not.
Like I said, he did all the good things on the field. I don't think he really even had a single opportunity in the game.
No, not this time.
He was in a couple of good spots. The ball didn't come to him, and there was one time. It was a nice cross from the left that was going to come to him. Obviously, the defender got in the way, but that would have been like right in front of the six. Would at least had a chance. But it was it was a good game. I just want to see his name on the score sheet, and I want to see his confidence start rising.
Well, here's an interesting thing. John Tompkinson, as you mentioned, was in the 18 for Norwich.
Yeah.
He's a center back. He's American.
I thought he was going to go in, too.
I mean, yeah, that would have been nice, but it's so weird. I went to the Norwich U23s, and he wasn't on the lineup for their like little practice dingy thing they did. And I'm like, where'd he go? He's not on here. Is he injured? Boom. He shows up on the starting lineup or in the 18. And I'm like, oh, awesome. Good old John Tompkinson. I think he is 18, 19. Yeah. Dwayne Holmes, 90 in a tie. Anthony Robinson was in the 18. I already mentioned that. Tim Ream.
I heard. No, you didn't. And I heard Filippo had mentioned that he's sort of nursing some injuries.
Yeah, he was in the 18 as an emergency replacement, but it's not like 100% healed. So he was there if some guy dropped dead. And they don't have a lot of like there's Brian and there's Anthony Robinson, and that's it. So if Brian goes down in a coma, they're going to have to throw a limping Anthony Robinson out on the left or play somebody out of position.
Or I was going to say, you just change your formation a bit and you throw Ream out left. I know he's like a back three, let's just say, and you throw Ream out left, like you did with us.
Yeah, and you could play a winger attacker out wide.
Winger out wide, it's crazy talk.
A winger out wide.
Striker up top,
just following the rules. All right. Tim Ream 90 in that tie, and they are still in the promotion zone, so it's all good. But they do need to start winning. It's too many ties. Ola Sunday was after playing a game for Preston North End. Now he's back to did not dress, which means he's probably injured again.
God.
Yeah. Already mentioned Horvath and Mighton. So Gio Caccini got 5 minutes, and he came in and he got an assist. Damn. And it was a really good assist. I mean, they were already winning the game anyhow, but
don't fucking matter.
Yeah, I'll take 5 minutes in assist. Tyler Adams 20 for Gladbach. I do notice he's not
for Gladbach, playing for Leipzig.
I mean, versus Gladbach. I'm sorry. 20 minutes versus Gladbach. And Joe Scally, 90 in a loss, and a bad loss. And wasn't that versus Leipzig?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they got torched. Not necessarily him specifically, but he didn't have a great game either. Did I say John Brooks was just in the 18 for Wolfsburg?
Yes. You did just now.
Okay, I didn't before.
I don't recall.
I mean, this is a trend. John Brooks has now started for 2 games in a row for Wolfsburg.
Dude, man, I tried to go back. I saw a tweet from somebody talking about how the USSF and their pundits are trying to push this narrative that that Brooks has this attitude issue, and that's the problem with the U.S. men's national team and with this club, and basically called us all ignorant and stupid.
Who pushed it?
No, I that's what the problem was. I saw a tweet and I had to stop it for. I was busy doing something else, and when I came back, Twitter refreshed and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it for the life of me.
We don't know who's pushing this theory. It might be us.
No, yeah. Well, we're definitely part of it, I'm sure. But
we're not doing it for
There's
any.
a pundit that came out that had like a 10 tweet thread talking about it, basically saying the same thing Brian said.
And Brian's not mainstream press. See, he wouldn't push this idea just to push and help Berhalter make an excuse down the road.
I mean, that'd be a long con for USSF to say, "Hey, Brian, go on the Straight Red Cards podcast and push this narrative."
Well, we had said it before.
Well, we were the ones who brought it up, and he expanded upon it
because of Meg. Meg brought it up. Meg brought up that there was a conflict. There was sort of a conflict there, and it was so palpable. So she didn't. I don't know if she listed him specifically, but later on there were reports about sort of the same thing. Listen, I'm not doing this. I like John Brooks.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this for anybody's agenda. I'm just telling you that John Brooks is having issues right now. Confidence issues. He's having issues with his club. He's having issues with Gregg. And I'm just telling you, this is not a phantom thing.
We talked about this and how I think it's just sort of it's just growing and growing and growing. So it's like one bad thing happens, and then he's joining the Nats, and he doesn't have a good game, and the Nats on top of him, and then he goes back to the club, and he's having a poor performance, Nats on top of it, and you have a number of people pointing out that he tends to butt heads with his managers, and when you're having a bad season, especially your last season.
I mean, they're dropping
Wolfsburg.
like a rock right now.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, he's got his bad performances on his last year of his contract gives him little negotiations with Wolfsburg, but it sounds like Wolfsburg's not set to resign him anyways.
I mean, the beginning of the season they were in the Champions League.
Yeah,
frame. Now they're way down there. They're mid-table now.
It's definitely an off season, but
man, they are. Yeah.
We had they got Bremen's manager. So
well,
man, if he takes another team down, man.
I mean, you don't know, but
I hope not.
I think the good news in Brooks losing was that Pellegrino, Matarazzo, and Stuttgart were the ones that beat their ass, and they're now out of the relegation zone. And of course, Matarazzo is an American. Busio went 90 and Tessman 30 in a tie versus Juve, your team, 1-1. No McKennie, of course, but I mean, I thought Busio played really well. I thought he played really well. Here's where he didn't play well. Lost possession, tracking back to get back on defense. I thought he lollygagged it. I didn't like that. I don't like lollygagging. I thought he lollygagged. And I think when you lose possession and the other team are countering, you get your ass back. And that's the only thing that pissed me off about that game with Busio. And I hope he fixes that, because I've seen him do it for the U.S. men's national team too, where he's like, oh, we lost possession. I'll just kind of, trundle back here on an easy pace. No, you run your ass off and you get back and help. Yeah, that was frustrating.
Still, it was a solid enough result for Venezia. It's pushing them further and further out of relegation territory. What, they're sitting on 16 points, so they're 6 points above relegation.
Yeah,
so
they're safe.
That's not
right now.
For now. Anything can happen.
But if you're tying Juve, that's a point you weren't expecting to get.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ian Harks, 90 for Dundee United. Christian Ramirez, 90 for Aberdeen.
No goal.
No goal this time.
Ramirez.
Did I mention Matt Biazga is hurt? He is hurt. He's out. He's out injured. So Musa, 3 minutes for Valencia. Christian Durkin, I already mentioned he was in the 18, didn't play. Gooch, 46, taken off injured at halftime. Jalen Hawkins and Justin Butler played for Ingolstadt. They got 10 and 5 respectively. Holy Jesus. Something must have happened.
COVID. Beer bug hit.
I guess. Marcel Costley. I keep having to talk about this guy because he keeps scoring goals. So it was another win for Mannheim. Leonard Maloney, 90 for Dortmund 2. Max Dietz, 10 for Freiburg. Mark Heider, 90 in assist for Osnabrück. Coleman, 90 for SW Raydan. Dom Duncan for RW Kolbentz, 90. Adam Lingus, 20 for RW. Or why do I have to keep putting Rot-Weiss in front of these names of these teams? Just call it Oberhausen. Novakovic, 45 in a loss. The odd thing is he came in for the guy that took his job. I guess that guy had a really bad first half. His name's like Chandelier. I can't remember. It's like Chandelier. It sounds like that. Reggie Cannon, 30 in a loss for Boa Vista, who are also sinking like a stone. Shaq Moore, 70, and Shashua, 70. They had a 1-1 tie for Tenerife, but they are still in the promotion zone in Segunda in Spain. So this is good news.
That's good.
We could see them bump up. And Tyler Boyd, 70 in a rare win. Haji Wright, 2 minutes. I'm guessing he's just coming back from injury for Antalyaspor. Chris Richards got the big goal game winner for Hoffenheim over Freiburg. If you haven't, just search that on YouTube and watch it. It's a great goal, great header. We'll move to Sunday, Monday. De La Torre played sort of a deep lying role in front of the back four for Heracles and their loss. They actually played a 3-4-3. He also got a yellow card, which is good to see because we need to know.
A little bit of bite in there.
A little bit of bite there. Richie Ledesma was in the 18 for PSV, which is good. Not the 2 team, the big boy team. Pierre's injured, Way is injured, Eric Palmer Brown's injured, Conrad didn't dress because he's injured. Timothy Tillman went almost the full 90, 86 minutes for their win. Their first win over Union Berlin, a big 1-0 win.
The 1 week of the season so far that I didn't bet a couple bucks on them. Motherfuckers.
Of course they did. And the funny thing is, Timothy Tillman's totally taken Green's starting role. So Green rode Pine for 90. And that's been a trend. So Timothy Chandler in the 18, Jeremy Toljan 90 in a win, CCV 90 in a win, Dest in the 18. And then we got the rumors we'll talk about later. Sam Vines 90 in a loss, got a red card. No, he didn't. A teammate did. Got a red card, and that's why they lost the game. They had to play a lot of the game with 10 dudes, but he played the full 90. Joe Effort, 70 and then another assist at Vaslin Beveren in a win. And so he and Montes played 10. They are both in the promotion zone. So they might move up next year, and we're going to have to pay attention to them because they're making ripples here. Christian Kappas played 45 and was pulled because he didn't play well, or maybe had a nick, and I don't know about it. But that's what I was told by a friend of mine in Denmark. He didn't play well. He was pulled. Emmanuel Sabi got a goal in a loss for OB. Ryan Malone, a center back for Hunter Rostock, went 90. And this is in Bundesliga 2. And I mean, keep in mind, Ryan Malone is a 29-year-old guy who's been playing in Germany since 2014, 2015. All right. And they are kicking ass, and, they're 14th. They're not going to be promoted, but they weren't even expected to stay up, honestly, this year. So he's too late to play. And this was against Hamburg, by the way. He played 90. It's too late for him to, I think at 29, make a ring anyhow. for the U.S. men's national team. A little late for Ryan Malone. Maurice Malone, 20 for Heidenheim. Brian Keogh in the 18 again for Victoria Berlin, did not play. Johan Gomez, 45 for Joe Enox Zwickau in a tie. Henry Wingo was injured. John Suarez, 70 for Dorados. Joaquin Horrendous, 45 for Atlante. That's in Mexico. Sebastian Soto did not dress for Porto II. I mean, this is a kid who's played a whole 218 minutes this season for Porto II. He has 1 goal, and he's one of the oldest kids on that team. And the thing was, when Norwich sent him to Porto II, they had already given Porto II the option to buy. So that tells you everything you need to know. And I doubt Porter are going to buy him at this point. They don't even play him. Pifak, 90 in a win, no goals. Jaboli Ariyibi, 90 in a loss for Ankaragucu, but they are still in the promotion zone in the second division of Turkey. Alan Sonora, 90 for Independiente in a win. Terrence Boyd, Halisher, 90 in a loss. Kevin Langford, 30 in a win for Vehan Wiesbaden. And then Alex Mendez got a whole 2 minutes today for Vizela in Portugal. The team won 4-1. I guess they didn't need him. Yedlin went 90 in a loss for Galatasaray, who are now about mid-table. Not good. And then just some MLS stuff. I just wanted to kind of mention and I guess say nice things about or just congratulate Man City. Or I just said Man City. Man City Light. Would that be okay? NYCFC.
Man City 2.0.
For their winning. They won.
It's an improvement, never mind.
Yeah. They won. And I think the cool thing about it are how many Americans are playing on that team, which I think is really cool. You look at some of the starters for that team: James Sands, Alfredo Morales, Sean Johnson, Tavon Gray went 19, I think. And I do believe Keaton Parks would have started if he wasn't injured, and they won the MLS championship. So, our good friend Gideon Zalalem played 99 minutes the whole season for NYCFC. God. Remember when we were really high on that guy? Or I was.
No, I think it's fair to say we both were. I
mean, God, he had, but then the injuries came to his knees. He's never been the same. Just can't make those cuts anymore. He's fine north and south. He's just can't do shit east to west anymore with any confidence. And then he's still skinny as shit. So that didn't help. I thought he was going to grow more. I thought he's going to man up bodily wise, get in the gym. And that never happened either because he gets muscled off the ball, or he did back in the day. So yeah, just bringing that up from memory. And we better end this show, and we're going to head to show 2, where we no longer talk about how to fix Brett's urination frequency problems at night. And like, subscribe, and share with grandma. Hit the bell. Yeah. Good night.